Hey guys, I'm Kat, and I've been writing and speaking about my experiences as a transgender woman on YouTube since I was 15 years old. When I started my YouTube channel, there weren't many people like me being represented anywhere. As a teenager, I'd close my eyes and I'd try to envision a future for myself. And no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't. I couldn't see it. I couldn't imagine myself as a trans adult. Today, I'm 28 years old, and in my over decade of sharing my stories and experiences, I've helped inspire trans and queer kids just by being the trans adult that I couldn't imagine when I was younger. And that's helped me understand the importance of representation and how faithfully and accurately describing your experiences can help educate and push people towards a place of empathy and understanding. Through my time on here, I've tried my very best to own my narrative and to tell it faithfully. So many things that focus on minority experiences are exploitative and aren't focused on education as much as they're focused on creating content that is shocking. Representation is incredibly important to me, and I believe that accurately representing people can change the minds of people and allow them to see that they're not alone. So I wanted to create a series of long-form, empathetic, educational, and humanizing interviews that focus on the misconceptions that many of us have about people's lifestyles and identities. I've been speaking to people who live and love differently than I do, and I've learned so much.
I do remember one particular memory that stood out to me was my mom used to always go to Goodwill. She still does. But when we were in Goodwill, there was an older white woman who was passing by. And she looked at me, and I was still pretty young. It must have been maybe 7, 8-ish. And she just looked at me and she said, "Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen one of those before."
Ooh, not one of those.
And I was like,
yes, I do spells. I don't do curses because that stuff come right back at you. Like, I'm not about that life.
So even though the bottom is in a submissive position, they still have some degree of power, I guess, over the dominant person?
Mm-hmm. Well, because the idea of submission comes from the word submit, which is a verb, an action word.
I think a really important part about normalizing it is to let women know that they have a choice. Obviously, I thought, and I think a lot of women think, that that's just part of being a woman. Like, you have to shave your body hair. It's not really a choice, that's just how it is.
So I used to go to a church until they revealed themselves to be homophobic, and then I go to another church.
Oh, wow.
So it's like musical chairs.
We're often mistaken for Muslims, especially if we're wearing a turban. And most Sikhs are brown. It was actually founded in India.
Okay.
So in the northern part of India and Punjab.
But for me, I'm also gender fluid, so it sways. It changes all the time for me.
There's also asexuals who do masturbate, who do have sex, and it's like a huge spectrum, basically. So if that definition doesn't really jive with you, you can still be asexual and have sex.
I'm super excited to bring you guys these conversations. I've learned so much, and they've challenged a lot of my own assumptions. My focus with this series is accuracy. I want to accurately portray the people that I interview because so frequently people like them are misrepresented. One of the driving forces behind this project is misrepresentation. What a lot of people may not understand is that there's a lot of money behind news outlets and creators misrepresenting marginalized minorities. They have the resources and the teams to pump out content daily that tells you over and over again that those who are different from you are out to get you. But I'm just one person, and my goal with this series is to expand it, to hire people, and to maybe even take it on the road. And I can only really do that with your help. Right now, if you become a $5 member on my Patreon, you can see every episode of my series as it's edited and uploaded to my channel. That means that you can see these interviews and all of the other videos that I finished for this channel months and months in advance. At the time of me filming this video, my Patreon has 2 months worth of interviews available to view for all of my $5 members. I'll be honest with you guys, I've never been more excited about my content, and I hope you guys will support me and my new series, JSYK, going forward. Expect to see these interviews every other week on Wednesdays, and be sure to tune in for the premiere because I'll be in the chat reading and responding to your comments and questions while the video is live. I hope you'll stick around and continue to learn, share, and grow with me.